Hey everybody, this is Jennifer. Welcome back to my channel. I do not have a Friday reads and I don't have weekend reads because basically nothing has changed from last weekend. So in lieu of one of those types of videos, I've decided to do a tag. I was not tagged in this, boohoo, but I am doing the 52 Nifty Bookish Qs tag from Stripped Cover Lit. The original video will be linked below in the description box. I was not tagged by anybody. I'm not tagging anybody either, but I will do what a lot of other people like to do is if you're watching this and you want to do the tag, consider yourself tagged. That's how I technically speaking got tagged, so I'm passing it along. All right, so let's get going on this. I'm going to be doing it pretty much rapid fire style, and I will be looking at my computer down here, so you're just gonna have to bear with me on that because yeah, I can't remember 52 questions. All right, so let's get started. Number one, what book are you reading right now? Kentucky, The Expedition by Thor Heyerdahl. What was the last thing you highlighted? I can't remember what it was, but it was in The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. What do you plan to read next? Devil in a Blue Dress by Walter Mosley, and let's see, what is that? Call Me by Your Name by Andre Osman. Question number 4. One fiction writer, living or dead, with which I would like to grab a drink. Let's see, fiction writer, living or dead. Probably Oscar Wilde. Be something with gin in it, probably. Who knows? Or champagne. Ooh, I would like to drink champagne with Oscar Wilde. Number 5, one nonfiction writer, living or dead, with which I would like to grab a drink. Does cookbook writing count as nonfiction? Because I just watched the Seth Meyers Day Drinking with Ina Garten thing, and I would love to drink with Ina Garten. If not, I would choose Thor Heyerdahl because he did a lot of cool stuff. All right, next. 6, one poet, living or dead, with which I would like to grab a drink. The answer is Shel Silverstein because he wrote A Boy Named Sue. He wrote the twisted follow-up to A Boy Named Sue, and he hung out with all the outlaw country guys, and I would like to hang out with Shel Silverstein and find out what his inspiration was for Ickle Me, Pickle Me, Tickle Me Too. Or I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor. All right, next up. Question 7. One booktuber with which I would like to grab a drink. It was probably going to be Mara over at Books Like Whoa, because I think we have a lot of converging interests that would be cool to talk about. Number 8, Emily Dickinson or Edgar Allan Poe? Edgar Allan Poe. Hemingway or Fitzgerald? Unfortunately, it's probably Hemingway. Jane Austen or Charles Dickens? Jane Austen. Harris or Hitchens? Neil Gaiman. 12. Stephen King or Michael Crichton? Michael Crichton, probably. I liked the Andromeda Strain a lot. Bret, Easton, Ellis, or Chuck Palahniuk? Maybe Chuck Palahniuk. Kurt Vonnegut or John Green? Kurt Vonnegut. Shakespeare's poems or plays? The plays. Let's see, Adrian, Fort, or Dalton, Gentry? The left half of Adrian and the right half of Dalton. 17, Cormac, McCarthy, or J.K. Rowling? Probably Cormac, McCarthy. 18, Hannibal Lecter or Voldemort? Hannibal Lecter. 19, T.C. Boyle or George Saunders? George Saunders. 20, good writing or good story? I don't know. Bad writing can mess up a good story. But you know what? Good writing can't save a bad story either. Good story. YA or children's lit? Children's lit. Irony or humor? Humor. Sci-fi or horror? Sci-fi. Fantasy or nonfiction? Nonfiction. Would you rather find a new contemporary writer or a new favorite old-time great? New favorite contemporary, because there's more potential for new writings. Sonnet or haiku? Haiku. Sestina or villanelle is number 27. Sestina, because it sounds like siesta. Let's see. 28. Spend the evening at a library or a bookstore? Library. 29. Magazine or Wikipedia article? Wikipedia article, because I never crack a magazine, even the ones I actually get in the mail. Dictionary or encyclopedia? Personally, I prefer a thesaurus, but between the two, I would pick a dictionary. 31. The writer I would like to write my biography. Plutarch. 32. I do or do not highlight in my books. Mostly I just highlight in my ebooks. 33. I do or do not write in my books. I will write in my books. I haven't recently, but it's a thing I have been known to do. 34. Earliest memory of a library. One of my elementary school libraries had a rowboat in it, and I would love to sit in that boat. That's one of my favorite ones. The last time you went to the library. I moved to a city that had a city library, and I went to that library in order to get a library card. And that was maybe a month or two ago. No, you know what? Maybe 3 months ago. Let's see. 36. Have you ever stolen / accidentally stolen books from a library? No. I have, like, taken them out for so long I've ended up having to pay for them. And when so one of the counties in our general vicinity does not barcode their paperbacks. So I had, like, a friend who would come to town, and she would check out a whole bunch of paperbacks just before she left town, and who knows if she ever returned them. But me personally, no. Let's see, 37, ballpark. How many books do you own? Let's see. I would have to say maybe 300. And that's just physical books. If we count ebooks, who knows? Let's see. 38. How many books do you think would make for a reasonable personal library? Again, if we're talking just physical books, I think it's really personal, and I think it depends on what you want, how you want your personal library to serve you, and how much space you have. For me, I think maybe it would be 750. Let's see, number 39. So there's Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, etc. How do you feel about the phenomenon? How I feel about the phenomenon changes with how much of their own actual writing the writers did, because I've read some, like, Jane Austen, like, just, like, I don't know. I like to consider it fan fiction, but some of it, like this one book, had, like, paragraphs straight from the book, and I'm like, no. But if it's mostly your own stuff and you're twisting it around and you're not pulling, like dialogue kind of has to be pulled from the book. Anyway, I'm digressing. It's fine as long as they don't crib too much from the original text. Let's see here. 40. Horror trope you would like to see get more love. I don't know. I don't read enough horror to, like, make that decision, I don't think. At number 41, something you think gets underutilized in sci-fi. Humor. 42, flash fiction, form of and format of literature, or it's just a short story dummy. I don't know, it's probably just a short story. I don't read a lot of fan fiction, so maybe you shouldn't take my word for that. Number 43, if you could own one book from all of history, what would it be? I wouldn't mind an original Pride and Prejudice. 44, audiobooks. The same as reading? The exact same? No. Is it similar? Yes. 45, the most literary songwriter of your lifetime. It's kind of a toss-up for me. Well, you know what? I'm just going to go with my first choice on this, and it's Jason Isbell, runner-up to Patty Griffin and Amos Lee. Number 46, the writer. What writer embarrasses you the most that you haven't read from them? Nobody. I don't really feel guilty about what I've read and not read. Number 47, what writer embarrasses you because you've read too much from them? And this is not a case of embarrassment, just more like regret that I spent so much time reading these novels, this series, and now I'm just like over, and the series is going to go on forever, and it's Laurel K. Hamilton. 48, what is a biography you are looking forward to reading? I have the Richard Elliman biography for Oscar Wilde, and I'm looking forward to reading that sometime this year. 49, do you have a dream reading cubby? Yes, I do. It is in the dream house that I do not own. It's got a bay window. Well, it has 2 bay windows, and one of the rooms that has a bay window is going to be my study, and I'm going to make a nifty little reading nook out of one of those bay window cubby holes. All right, 50. The last literary phenomenon that really got your gears grinding? I don't know. I just let people do what they want when it comes to that stuff. It doesn't really bother me nothing really bothers me all that much about it. You know, I just ignore the stuff that I don't really care for. 51. What was the last piece of literature that changed the way you read? I don't know. It's probably when I started reading adult books when I was like 12. And I can't remember which one it was. It might have been something by Robin Cook. It might have been a John Grisham novel or a Michael Crichton novel, maybe The Andromeda Strain or something like that. Let's see. 51. No, sorry, that was already 51. 52. What booktuber have you been watching the most recently? I mean, how do you not watch a lot of Steve Donahue? Because he puts out like 3 30-minute videos a day. Yeah, it's probably going to end up being Steve Donahue. Of course, I love Sean the Book Maniac because he puts out really good videos, and the vocab video he puts out often, in other words, is really good. And I try to catch all of those. All right, so that's it. That is all 52 of the 52 Nifty Bookish Qs Tag. Like I said in the beginning, if you want to do this, consider yourself tagged. If you have comments about any of my responses, please put it in the description box. Well, the comment box. You can't touch the description box. That's mine. All right, you guys. It's been a long day and I'm ready to go. So I will see you guys in the next video.